All right, y'all, what if I told you that Denver isn't the most dense city in Colorado? What if I told you it was actually a tiny place that, as you drive by, looks almost entirely commercial? Well, it's true. It's called Glendale. That's where I am right now. There's a Whole Foods right here. I've been to that Whole Foods many times. World Market. There's a Home Depot right here. And also Glendale is completely surrounded by Denver. Denver on all sides of Glendale. And well, quite honestly, we haven't helped anybody move to Glendale. We have helped people move to neighborhoods that are immediately next to it, at which point Glendale becomes your suburban amenity hub for those neighborhoods. And those neighborhoods are as follows. And those neighborhoods are Cherry Creek, Washington Park, Belcaro, Corey Merrill, University Park, University Hills, Virginia Village, Washington, Virginia Village, Hilltop, Montclair, and yeah, and even if you have no intention on moving to Glendale, if you're anywhere near it, I promise you, you will end up here going to one of these stores at some point. So shall we dive in? I think we shall. How's it going, my friends? My name is Jesse Lynch, and I work with the hardest working real estate team in the game. We're called Welcome to Denver, and you can check out our website, welcometodenver.co. But this YouTube channel is all about helping you find a place to call home, a place to land here in beautiful Denver, Colorado. And that's whether you're buying a house for the first time or relocating here from a different city, state, country, planet, dimension, realm, whatever. So first-time home buyers and relocations, that's what we do, that's what we specialize in, and that's what we do better than anybody else. So if any of that appeals to you, do me a favor, do yourself a favor, subscribe to this channel and click that little bell so you can get notified every time we put out a video just like this. And if you wouldn't mind, while I have you here, give the video a thumbs up, say something nice or helpful or funny or, I don't know, abstract in the comments, and I would be very grateful. And I say this every video, but I mean it. If you are thinking about moving to Denver, or you already live in Denver and you're trying to buy a house, get a hold of us and we will crush it for you. We would love to help you navigate the process of either relocation or buying a house for the first time, or both at once. And so you can get a hold of us by going to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in like 30 seconds or less, or you can just shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. It leads to the same inbox, so totally up to you how you do it. We just ask that you do and look forward to it, and we'll get the show on the road, get you headed in the right direction. But all right, right now I'm at Creekside Park, a fairly modest park if I'm being honest, but it does go by Cherry Creek, and there are what I think are fairly random volleyball courts. I feel like volleyball court with no basketball court, that's odd, right? You don't see it very often other than like at a beach. But Glendale is in a very unique, like, I mean, it's like the only of its kind in Denver. So let's just dive in. I'll start showing you around. Y'all, I'm in yet another commercial section of Glendale, because that's pretty much all there is, other than maybe a couple parks. But like I said, Glendale is an enclave city within the city of Denver. So it's fully encompassed by the city of Denver. Again, it's extremely small footprint. I don't know how big, but the population is 5,000 people, which makes it the densest city in Colorado. And I already mentioned all the cities that surround it earlier, so I'm not going to say the borders, but nonetheless, it is sort of southeast of Denver, downtown Denver, and only about 15 minutes away from Denver. It's probably about half an hour from here to the airport. The schools here are actually very, very good, highly rated indeed, because, for example, because you actually have access to Cherry Creek School District, which is the #1 best school district for athletes in Colorado, the #3 best place to teach in Colorado, the number 5 best school district in Colorado. So truly one of the elite school districts within Colorado, and certainly within Denver proper. Specifically, you have Cherry Creek High School, that gets an A+. You have West Middle School, that gets an A, and you have Holly Hills Elementary School, that gets a B. Home prices here are a little hard to to make sense of because they are almost entirely condo based. It's very dense living here. Again, so you're only looking at, you know, condos in general. And the median is $350, which is actually pretty good, honestly. That's pretty surprising, especially if there's a condo scenario where you have access to some of the best schools in Colorado. You know, that's not too shabby. But that said, 91% of the people who live here rent the home they live in, and 9% own. So again, there's condos, but it's mostly apartments, it's mostly rentals here. Could be a great in-between for somebody who wants to live in a Cherry Creek, wants to just start their kids at that school, but you know, just needs a place to land temporarily. All right, what do you say? Go for a drive, show you around a little bit more? Sounds good. All right, y'all, right now I'm at Infinity Park, which is a pretty great park here in Glendale, actually. It's really the only like recreational park. There's like actually like a little stadium right here that you can see, and then there's soccer fields here as well. But just a nice park, good place to take a walk as well. It's a Saturday, so people are playing soccer actively right now. Looks like an adult league, but it's honestly just a very nicely maintained area. And yeah, I do approve indeed. But I want to talk through the pros and cons. There's not, it's such a simple and like odd place, right? That I think it's all fairly obvious. So the great schools, though, that is an unexpected pro that I wouldn't necessarily have assumed. You know, if you just look at this place, you wouldn't necessarily think like, I bet that place has access to great schools, but it does. So that's the first pro. And then you have access to the tons and tons of suburban amenities. Obviously that's a pro. Everything is close, and there's good stuff too. I'm a little picky about my grocery stores. I like a Whole Foods, I like Sprouts, and they have that stuff, you know, as well as other things, but I am that guy. And I also, you know, the access to the less suburban-y, more sort of in the city stuff that you're super close to. Like, you are close to Washington Park or Wash Park, right? You are close to the Cherry Creek Mall, and you could get, you know, really easily into any of the hip happening stuff in like a downtown Denver very, very effectively. So then the cons, it's the most densely populated place in Colorado, and it is dense. Navigating this area is, you know, it's busy. It's just always busy here, it seems. So that is, you know, kind of the obvious one. But then the other one is that there's basically no single family houses. So that's definitely a con for a lot of people. That's what a lot of people are looking for. Can't get it here. There's pretty much only condos. And even within the condo market, it's mostly apartments. So again, remember 91% of the people who live here rent, which means that the amount of condos available, not really all that many. So if you have your heart set on this place, you might just be waiting a while for the right condo to come around. And again, because this place is such a unique place, the for fans of section is almost impossible, right? Other than like downtown or any of the neighborhoods around it, but I would say in any of the neighborhoods around it, you'll have a very different lifestyle than if you were here. And downtown is also a lot different, you know? You're much more in the thick of it in downtown, and this is more just a extremely dense suburban commercial district. So short of, you know, living in maybe one of the condos that are like right by a mall, like maybe a mall like the Southlands Mall, I think there are condos really nearby there. Maybe that would be a similar lifestyle. Or maybe living, you you know, in a condo or an apartment really close to the commercial district in Westminster, right? Where it's just suburb mania over there, or something like that in Centennial. Other than those very specific little nooks of a neighborhood like that. So honestly, I'm just not going to. Again, this video is here partially for folks who are looking at those surrounding areas and are curious, you know, what amenities they would have nearby. And also, Glendale shows up on the map. It looks quite curious. So maybe you found it because you searched it and you're like, what the heck is Glendale, Colorado? Well, hey, here it is. And as always, if you're thinking about moving here, get a hold of us. We'll crush it for you. You can go to our website, welcometodenver.co. We have a contact form there that you can fill out in like 30 seconds or less. Or you can shoot us an email directly to info@welcometodenver.co. They lead to the same inbox, so totally up to you how you do it. We just ask that you do, and look forward to it. Get the show on the road. Get you headed to Denver. As always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I'd appreciate that very much. Keep an eye out for the next video, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.